It was a nice start to the week.
Very nice start
Monday.
to the week. Very nice start.
The weather's... It's all right.
It's all right.
Yeah, it's not
but we did
bad.
have the new season's Jersey new potatoes, Jersey Royal potatoes. Phil
You said Jersey a lot then, didn't you? A load of jerseys.
Jersey Royal potatoes, which are delicious.
They were really
And
nice.
Phil had lots of recipes.
And we met Jeremy. He went all around, goes all around the world, gets paid for it.
I'd like to go on holiday with Jeremy.
Bet you would.
Occasionally.
What else we had?
Very nice, Jeremy.
Upcycling.
Yes.
Upcycling, that was good. Paint a chair. Looks like a new chair.
And you've been doing a bit of directing and making promos
Yes,
today?
I have, actually, because, as you know, if you watch us sort of 15 minutes before we come on air, you'll see us pop up in the advert going, hello, good morning. No, do your voice, go on.
Hello.
No, do your voice, like what you normally do.
Hello. Coming up next on This Morning.
There you go. So, like, she gives it the very... She goes into a mode and she goes, coming up on This Morning, and then we do, like, quick 15 seconds or something like, you know, so-and-so's here, Ruth's talking...
But you did an
this again.
alternative today.
I did do my alternative, and
Yeah.
I decided to put it online because I think we should start doing alternative promos.
OK.
That, you know, we're right in the middle of Jeremy Kyle.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's a lot going on there.
All right.
We don't want to get too, like, hello, happy
Don't
you.
get stuck in a rut.
I want to get right in there.
OK, here's Rylan's alternative.
This is what I think it should be like.
Coming up on This Morning.
Ruth's going to talk a load of nonsense.
That's all coming up, 10:30. Sometimes you just need to tell someone lovingly that they're toxic.
How would you...
Toxic friends.
How would you tell me lovingly? I'm gonna sit here.
OK.
Right, hang on. Let me just get into character.
All right. Rylan, actually, just meaning to ask you something.
What?
Do you consider me to be a very good friend of yours?
Yeah, I suppose.
Can I just say lovingly?
Yeah, go on.
I'm not. I really don't like you very much. I find you quite toxic in my life.
I completely appreciate that, and I wish you nothing but the best. I don't know if it'll work. I don't know if it works.
We're talking about toxic friends. Have you got a toxic friend? I bet you have, because everyone we talked to today went, no.
He's got one.
And then they went, actually, I have got that friend.
Funny you should say that.
Funny
yeah.
you should say that. How do you deal with it? Do you tell them? How do you get them out of your life? You know, how because they can really affect
The last thing you want to do is end up
relationship.
having a row with someone over something they've said or the way
Yeah.
they treat you. You want to try and do it, and I get that. Someone's saying, you know, tell them lovingly, but how easy is it
Samantha
to do
says,
that?
once that friendship feels forced, it's time to cut it off.
Cut what off?
Exactly.
Angela Matunda knew what to do.
How would you describe a toxic friend or toxic friendship, and how do you get out of it?
It's an interesting... It's actually quite a blurred line between an annoying friend and a toxic one. But I've taught my daughter that if a relationship is costing you more than it's rewarding you, if you're in a whiplash friendship, they're lovely to you one minute and horrible to you the next. If you're in a push-pull, you know, they run after you, and then when you say, hey, let's do something together, they let you down, they pull away from you. All these are clues and red flags to... You're in a relationship that's hurting you. So if it's hurting you, it's damaging you, it's not doing you any good, and you feel bad about yourself, that's not a good friendship for
And
you.
what about an adult that can...
Same.
We're talking about school,
Same.
obviously, because Jane's here.
Yeah.
But we've all talking about it this morning in makeup, and all said over the years we've all had a toxic
Yes,
friend
we
who we've
have,
had to...
yeah.
I think so. I think everyone
go.
does.
I think everyone
does. And I don't
has
think
had...
it's just
yeah.
subject to friends as well. I think certain family members
I think you can have toxic in-laws. I
Yeah.
think you can have toxic parents. I think you can have toxic neighbours. So it's knowing how to put boundaries up to protect yourself and knowing when to walk away and say, you know what, this isn't good for me. And you don't owe that person a huge, long explanation to say, I'm done with this.
Well, there was big news on this morning, on Wednesday. Apparently, according to some people, there is an enormous sea monster of some sort floating around in the River Thames, untamed. It's massive, apparently.
Yeah.
Someone thinks.
This is
Do you totally believe this?
Listen, this is an epidemic. This could be the end, if I'm being completely
What do
honest.
you think it is?
I don't care. I don't know. I don't want to know. But if it gets us, we're done. We're done for. People are taking the, taking the mick out of me on Twitter and going, oh, you know, it's probably just something. I
Who
saw
would
that
do
with
that?
my own eyes. I could see on that video with my own eyes that there's something not right there, and I need... this is a public plea.
Yeah.
More than anything, if you're near the Thames, if you're walking along the South Bank, if you're walking along Embankment, I don't care if you're at the Thames Estuary up near Southend. You need to keep your eyes out, because this is
Massive.
important. This could end it. I mean, these poor boats. Look, you can see these poor boats going past us, you know,
They've no
all the
idea the
time. Let me
danger.
talk, Ruth. This is important. 1 minute, you know, you're a tourist to London having a lovely time. Oh, look, Tower Bridge. Boom, you're inside the belly of a monster. People just don't understand. There's police boats all about. There's something they're not telling us. This is a conspiracy.
And you said people have made fun of you about it today.
Yeah, and there was one person in particular that made fun of me.
That?
And it very much frightened me. And you know what? I'll have the last laugh when you're underneath the Thames in a monster.
I apologise, but it was very funny.
Stay on high ground. Yeah, good luck.
We sit the same way, gripping our knees.
It's because you're my style icon, babes.
Me.
Yeah, I just, you know, I look at you
isn't
and
it?
I think, well, I could just do an aim. What? Don't. No, don't.
I didn't think you'd fall for that. That was a shame.
I thought there was something wrong.
I'm sorry, I didn't...
Feel my heart. Look what you've done. Thank God Dr. Range is in here.
I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to
I didn't even think about the monster. I thought we were getting attacked or something. I thought someone had come out of the kitchen cupboard.
Oh, dear. All right, will you calm down?
You need to sort your life out, Ruth.
Because you'll like this. Sit down, get your tea, because you'll like this. We're going to find out about this month's hottest trends in the world of beauty. We've got Good Housekeeping's beauty director, Eve Cameron, with everything you need to know.
I think I've wet myself. Well, it's a nice penultimate show.
Penultimate show is our last one tomorrow. Have you enjoyed your 2 weeks?
I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
We've had fun, haven't we?
Yeah, we have had a laugh. Have you had a laugh?
Yeah, you've been
A couple of people have been saying, oh, the way he speaks to her. Even my mum said,
Did she?
the way
Did
you
she
speak
tell
to
you
Ruth
off,
sometimes.
Linda?
Oh, I went, I think people know I'm joking.
Yeah, well, it's banter. It's banter. I was thrilled today because, you know, I love dogs. You know, how much do I go on and on and on and on about my Maggie?
Yeah, I mean, we love Maggie. I love Maggie. But we met probably the ultimate dog today, didn't we?
This is LUCCA, and LUCCA is a military dog with the Marines in America. She's from America, but she won the Dickin Award, which is the equivalent of the Victoria Cross. This is
only
for bravery.
66 animals have been awarded that since 1940-something.
43 or something. She actually, in her line of duty, she had her leg blown off because she was sniffing for explosives. And 10 days, and she was back up to work, and she's an amazing dog. And she came in here with her owner, he trained her, and now she's retired and lives with him. And he was very nice too. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, he was. And John, it's a lovely story. And one thing that I noticed that LUCCA did while she was here was she had a little drink. She had her own little drink on the table, and then that brought me to think about something, Ruth. Maybe a lot of people of you at home don't know, but sort of halfway through the show, Ruth sometimes, she gets a bit peckish. You know, the 11Cs, didn't you?
Yeah.
Gets a bit peckish. So she always asks our lovely Fleur in the green room for some...
don't want biscuits.
Don't want biscuits, I don't want this, I don't want that. I just have a bit of cheese and apple. Some cheese and apple. So every single day, about 11:15, yeah. Is that your time of preference? Fleur walks in, as she always does, cup of tea in hand and Ruth's apple and cheese. And for 2 weeks, this is what happens. She doesn't even
and can I tell you
it.
why?
Eat some now. Because I feel... No, wait, I feel bad for Fleur.
Sorry,
She
Fleur.
works hard cutting that cheese up.
And she cuts
the
it up
apple.
for me.
Look at how lovely that is. Look, precise cubes. Some lovely, like, half moons of apple there. So I think you should eat some.
Because I'm always busy sorting you out, doing something.
Oh, that's right. Blame it on me. A bit of cheese as well. You've got to have a bit of cheese. Another bit. No, come on, another bit. Come on. Let's take a look at LUCCA. A bit more. Come on, darling.
I believe she's done, is it 400 missions and not a single life has been lost under her watch, basically?
That's correct. She did 2 tours to Iraq and 1 tour to Afghanistan, and she's a specialised search dog, which means she's trained to search for explosives, and most of her work is done off-leash, but searching roadways, open areas, buildings and vehicles, and extremely good at her job. And when I started to put her searching harness on before missions, like, you could see her flip a switch, like she was, when it was time to go to work, she was one of the best at her job.
You enjoying that? Yeah, you just relax.
I need it after 2 weeks.
The end of a long 2 weeks, isn't it?
Very long.
Long 2 weeks.
Do you know what? I've got to say, though, one, I love you, and you know I love you. I've always loved you, and you've made this very easy, and I couldn't imagine doing it for anyone else, and all of that legally that we have to say to make sure people know that we're lovely people. But my best bits of the whole 2 weeks have literally been the mornings. I'm not a morning person. I'm very much not a morning person.
He's definitely not a morning person.
Even like on my normal day when I'll do showbiz and that, I'll rock up at about 11, just come on and do it.
Yeah.
I'm very naughty like that. But I've been getting in every morning between 8 and half 8, same as you, and they have been my funniest times. We can't repeat some of
when you see me
the...
with no makeup on. Yeah, it's quite scary. That is quite scary.
Has been lovely.
A revelation.
Yeah, and some of the conversations we can't repeat.
We can't.
For legal reasons.
And also, the other thing you don't see is that we do have fun in between kind of breaks.
Not in the breaks.
In the breaks
funny,
and things.
yeah.
And Rylan, as you know, is a great entertainer. He likes to entertain us. And we had Alicia Dixon on to talk about Britain's Got Talent. And Rylan decided to do kind of like a lip sync, really, for Mystique, didn't
Well, no,
you?
it was about 9:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
I come in here and was looking through my
Cheer 'em
notes
up.
and a bit quiet on the floor. And the next thing I heard was a bit of Mystique going in my ear.
And off he went.
This is what happened. Yes!
That's very good. Very good.
And do you know what? It's been a lovely 2 weeks.
And we'll see you next week.
Love you.